Guys, we're back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Margins podcast.
Yes. Well, we talk about. I'm not joking.
Look,
Well, books.
we talk about books.
The ones that
Leave a mark, start a conversation, and stay with you long after the last page. Guys, we are kidding season 2.
Oh my gosh.
This isn't a joke.
Yes, we've been in the gym,
Yeah.
metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, and
Probably literally speaking.
and literally speaking. Yeah. Thank you for noticing, guys. Thank you for all the comments. You know, body shame me again. See what happens. But yeah, guys, we are back from our hiatus from season 1 going into season 2. I hope you missed us because we've missed you
Of course, every day.
every day. As you can see, new setup as we promised.
Yeah.
Again, flawlessly done without any effort.
No issue whatsoever.
We haven't spent the last couple hours trying to figure this out.
Nope.
And is it still where we've met expectations?
Yeah,
Meh.
not really, but
Maybe for today's.
yeah, it's the effort that counts.
It's the effort.
Yeah.
And we
put in that effort.
we
fucking.
ooh.
But guys, super excited. I think that Stratton, you should introduce the book that we're covering for our
Yeah, I got you guys. Long awaited coming back from our hiatus. We were like, what book could we do? Tim, if you're listening, you know who you are from my coveted book club, Bricked Up Book Club. Yeah, you called it. You called it this weekend when you said you're probably going to cover this on the podcast, huh? You know what? Yeah, because like many of you, we're parents. We got stuff going on.
hella things.
Do we have stuff going on this season that is in the works? Absolutely. Some great guests.
Yep.
Oof. Some great
maybe
books.
some live events.
Live events.
We're gonna mix it up.
Yeah. But for today, do you like family dramas?
Love them.
You love them, right? What about, ones that look quirky on the outside but get wildly emotional when you least expect it?
Love those too.
Good. I'm glad you could follow along
Yeah.
on that delay. Think Dan in Real Life, one of my favorites. You're a murder of love. Mixed with Wes Anderson. Maybe if the whimsical was had like sharper teeth to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all while, basic suburbia of like The Simpsons. All of that just like clustered together.
Sprinkle some Shameless on that.
Some Shameless. Great point. Great point. Yeah, a little bit of lip.
Yeah.
That baddie. Mix them all together and you get Lost Lambs by Madeline Cash. Yeah, this is a book that we covered in our book club. We will be covering more books in all of y'all's book clubs, and that we're talking about local and national. That's one of the goals we have this season. But we wanted to kick off with this 2026 new read.
Yep.
And we have our thoughts. We have our feels.
Hella thoughts.
Hella thoughts.
Hella thoughts.
Hella feels.
Yes.
From the Bay to LA. So, with that said, long awaited question that's been burning on my mind, my guy.
Yes.
How you feeling? How have you been?
We've been living a life that we have to live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Preach.
You only get one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a good one. Have a good at bat.
Yeah.
You'll strike out. You'll get some balls.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. But keep swinging.
Mm-hmm.
You will hit that homer.
Yeah.
As I say in baseball, go out swinging.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, but yeah, it's been great. It's been good. Our hiatus, it felt longer than 3
We
weeks.
really did. Rachel actually said, she's like, when I told her we were coming back this week, she's like, I thought you said it was 3 weeks. I was like, technically it was 3 weeks since when we stopped when we stopped recording. However it was, the hiatus of the episode airing, yes. But as far as the amount of time, I think it was technically 4, if not 4.5 weeks that we weren't back in studio.
Yep.
So.
But much needed break. 52 weeks straight.
Yeah.
That was not even a sprint. That was a marathon.
No,
but it was fine.
But it was the goal we had set.
Yes.
And, above all else, I told you, I just came from a mixer last weekend. And when I started dropping that, we have this podcast, we just finished our first season. I think a lot of people are expecting, oh yeah, you did like 10. No, we did 52 episodes.
Yep.
52 weeks in a year, baby.
Let's go.
Consecutive.
Let's go.
Consecutive. And they were all, you know, 10 out of 10. That's what
Amazing.
that's what I hear from our followers.
10 out of 10, 5 stars.
5 stars.
Yeah.
You know, we don't rate, but others do.
They rate us.
Which reminds me, guys, on whatever platform you're listening to us right now or watching us, leave a review.
And click that follow, subscribe button, share.
Yeah, I want to see more reviews. I shouldn't say I want to see. I'd appreciate seeing more reviews. We have a lot of them already there, which we love, which we appreciate. But let's get those numbers up.
Those rookie numbers up.
Get those rookie numbers up.
Those are rookie numbers.
Come on, feed the geese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what?
Oh, how are you doing, Scranton? Oh, thank you for asking.
Yeah, you took it from me. I was just right when it clicked.
Right when it clicked.
How are you doing?
Oh, well, you know.
How's that your 4
weeks gone? It's been great. It has been great. We've done a little traveling, you know.
Did travel. I feel like you guys are coming for a little while.
Yeah, we went to Arizona, went back to you know, Rachel's old stomping grounds.
Okay.
Max did not get sick this time on the way back.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's doing great with
Wait, did you guys fly?
No, we drove. We did the whole we rented a tablet. You know, he doesn't know those words. He doesn't know many words, but that's what we're going for. Whenever we go on trips, we will have a tablet with saved videos, specifically Miss Rachel.
Yes.
To play. And we just feel like, you know, that way it's not a tablet that he's on, that he's like playing, and no hate for anyone who does have tablets that play. Whatever works, I am in support of you.
Yep.
But just with him being younger, the kid already does know how to swipe on my watch and on my phone. So I'd rather, you know, a peaceful drive.
Yeah, makes sense.
And honestly, the kid is doing more. Like, he's learned more sign language, and all like the nursery rhymes. He does all the signing with them because of her. Like, absolutely because of her.
Educational.
Yeah, kid's currently in speech therapy.
Yeah.
And while we're there, his therapist is like, "Oh my gosh, he's so good at, you know, signing more." Or with that song, he knows all that. I was like, "Yeah, it was Rachel." "Oh, your wife, Rachel?" Nah, no, not her.
Miss Rachel.
Yeah, the third person in our relationship here. Miss Rachel. So anyway, yeah, life's been good. It has been, you know, we've been living the life that we got.
Yeah.
You know, car problems and all. Anyone have a Honda CR-V 2024 and forward? Let us know if you have a deal. Go ahead and plug that.
Yes.
Or if you have, like, you know, money that you're like, "Oh man, I don't need this."
Yeah. Donate.
Yeah. Donate to a great cause.
Yeah.
Me. You know?
You gotta spend it anyway.
Yeah, you gotta spend it anyway. But yeah, what were you most excited about coming back for?
Just the routine of discussing new books.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already like an avid reader,
Yeah, you are.
but like I always look forward to digging into like deeper into the themes and honestly getting other thoughts, right? Because as you're reading, you have your own inner monologue, but just getting more thoughts, your thoughts, their thoughts, all the thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All the thoughts, huh? Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice listening to this. Yeah, I was excited. I think, you know, I have buddies, one of our longtime listeners, John. Hope you're listening. I know you are. He just started a business. Maybe we'll plug it at some point when he's ready for it. But he's always cheered us on because we're creating something, you know. Right. It's not, you know, it's something that came from us, that we thought of and stayed consistent with.
Yeah.
Whether the people wanted it or not, we were gonna make it.
Fucking
you
spoon
feed Bruce
Hilda and the fucking
exactly Bruce. So but it does also, just as a creative, it just feels good to be able to create something, put it out there, and walk away. I saw something. Who was it? I think I was listening to a roundtable, one more recent, the female actors, and someone said something about like, you know, yeah, it's not my job to like be there for it all. They likened it to a painter.
Yeah.
You know, you finish the work, it goes into, you know, a gala.
Yeah.
and it's whatever the person's interpretation is.
It's kind of no longer yours.
It's exactly.
Yeah,
It's no
once
longer
you figure it out.
yours at all.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my 2 cents, 10 cents, the dollar on that. But yeah. What?
Okay, good question.
Yeah. Yeah. We do have a. Did you have any other questions?
No.
No. Okay. We do have a little bit of a new segment that we wanted to try out. We're still working on that. As far as the tracker, did you have any names in mind for when we're going over that stuff?
To what? Drop in or read?
Not like no, like title for this segment.
No idea.
No worries.
No worries.
We'll call it the hook.
Cool.
I think that's not what that one was. We're gonna call it the Margins Bulletin for now,
Okay.
because that's what this one is. So Margins Bulletin, for y'all that are listening and watching, are trending stories happening in what we'll say book talk and Bookstagram,
The literature world.
the literature world.
Yeah.
Big news this week was the ACOTAR book 6 and 7 release dates have been officially released, and that is going to be book 6 comes out October 27th, 2026.
All right. Right around the corner.
Book 7 is coming out January 12th, 2027. So not far off from each other. I know, October's right around the corner, and then, January is going to be here before you know it. You've already started ACOTAR, no? I have it currently on Libby. I'm trying to.
In line.
I waited in line. I've gotten it 3 times and then had to pass it on to someone. Not started it, but because I always get them at the same time, I'm determined to do it. I'm currently reading The Parade of Horribles. So I want to finish that, and then I'll still have about 2 weeks left. I am sorry for anyone who's listening who's like, I'm waiting for that. I live in Los Angeles, so if you're waiting in Los Angeles,
We're behind. You're behind straight. Sorry.
you message me and I'll let it go if that's the case. But yeah, when it comes to these release dates and like these bigger books, does anticipation make a book bigger, or does the internet hype ruin it? I know we have people like our boy Patrick with The Name of the Wind.
Yes.
Where that weight.
He.
Yeah, we're pulling for him.
I love him. I'm not gonna lie. He wrote that wave. He has wrote that wave back to the beach.
Yeah, he has.
Right.
He has.
Right.
Where then you have other people. I was just telling those in Bricked Up Book Club, David, Max, and Tim, that are my buddy Zach, who got me into Dungeon Crawler. That he let me know that on Matt Dinneman's Patreon, he actually, like a lot of people that already read the complete new book that he just released, Parade of Horribles, because he lets it out in segments on there. He also does segments and then goes back and is like, oh, actually, that's not going to be in this book because it doesn't make sense for it to be there. We'll come back later. Or maybe we'll never come. There's like whole sections.
Yeah.
And he, if you're on that Patreon, I think my buddy donates $5 a month. Maybe something that we do in the future. But he does that, and he's allowed the audience to be
like a part of the process.
Yeah. But he's not being constricted or isn't crippled by, that weight. And I'm sure that he probably I'd love to ask him about like how he manages that.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely one of Patrick's issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that there's this huge, I'm sorry, Patrick, I'm speaking for you, but like there's this huge weight of reader expectation, right? And like all these unanswered questions and storylines that you want to hit and make it perfect, which is why I think he should make it 2 books. But I get we've waited 1,000 years. You just do your one, but never. Whatever.
I'd wait 1,000 more. Yes. Twilight all day. Anyway, next we have Netflix.
Netflix is doing a lot.
Yeah, they are.
They're streaming live. They're doing live streams. They're doing what they bought up the Breakfast Club. They're also doing something else with.
Wait, are they on is Breakfast Club officially on Netflix?
Officially.
No way. I did see the segment of like, I mean, YouTube has been doing a ton of that too, obviously.
Yeah, they're trying to compete.
Yeah, but I didn't realize. I knew that they had a podcast section on Netflix, but I didn't realize because they didn't ask us yet. So,
what are you doing, Netflix? Get us while we're low.
Yeah.
Buy in early.
But the thing that they're doing now, even with all that too, is they're really pushing books to the film or series adaptations. A lot of the ones that I didn't know, maybe you all did know, but some of the examples are Bridgerton, The Queen's Gambit, Bird Box, Leave the World Behind, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. That's Holly, who did the one where she was dying.
Oh, Not Quite Dead Yet?
Not Quite Dead Yet. Yes, love that. She wrote that as well.
All right.
And then The Gray Man. All books before.
Yes.
So those are ones that previously were done, and now we have like His and Hers, Alice Feeney. We had John Bernthal and Tessa, Thompson. Tessa Thompson.
Yes. Thompson. I was gonna say Thomas. If no, Thompson.
Put some respect on her name.
Yes.
People we meet on vacation, and then the big one is the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Hugo. If you scroll down a little bit, we'll know. Let's see, it's at the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. There it is. It's there. Yeah, we were right. But that's going to be directed by Anna Kendrick.
Yes.
So that's the news of this week.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited to see.
Thanks for that update.
Yeah, of course.
I would have been wondering all this time. What's going on?
What's going on? What's happened?
Let's see. TikTok reported Book Talk helped sell more than 50 million books across Europe in 2025. I believe it.
I believe it too.
Right? Because we're a part of that world. Hopefully we help sell some.
We already have like covers taking,
Yeah.
If the book has great cover art, it's being bought.
Yeah, for sure.
Snatched up off the shelves.
It's because it's kind of collective. No, it's very much collectible at this point.
I mean, that's a whole nother phase too. That's the fact that when it is good, given by Red Rising. Next week, it's going to be a new series of different Red Rising covers that are even better.
But they got to chill out.
I do.
They're fucking expensive. They're not like cheap.
No,
you know what I mean?
No,
these deluxe covers.
Well, Dungeon Crawler's next because they just signed with Lit Escalates as well.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna see whatever they release.
Yeah.
I'd love to see something to the echelon that Red Rising has, but also maybe the price tag that's not up there because remember, Carl's like.
Think about
little zones. Exactly. Exactly. Think about the people. About the princess posse.
Yes.
So we gotta do that. I'd love to see it take wind even more so, like with our boy Jake. With the Second World.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Great cover art.
That'd be cool.
I'd love to see his stuff take wind. I mean, that's how we found him.
Yep.
On Black Faces. Jake Correll, who wrote The Second World, is one of our guests last season. We definitely want to have him back this season.
Him, obviously Kayala, great. One of my favorite episodes, Nicholas Binge.
I knew it was coming.
Nicholas Binge.
I would have.
That book, like I loved it, and we grilled him to death right on that episode. But afterwards, I found myself speaking to a lot of people about this book. Like, it's just a great book. Dissolution, guys. If you guys aren't familiar with that episode, watch our episode on Dissolution. We go in very deep on that book with the author. He's an English author. And books are great.
Yeah.
Books are great. If you like Inception, Adjustment Bureau, anything in that vein, you will like.
Yeah, it touched on so many
with
things.
the love story, like Time Traveler's Wife.
Yeah,
great love story.
Great love story. I made a friend at I've told you about this, but made a friend at Max's speech therapy.
Yeah.
Another dad, and that is the book that I have in mind of recommending to him. It's just a great sci-fi. It is a great sci-fi with heart, which we talked about that day. It's hard to get all of the things,
and it's not gaudy. Like sometimes it just goes too far. There's a book that we covered last year that I really liked, but I was like, oh, this could have ended right here, and it would have been perfect.
I've been trying my best not to reference it while we reference his book because we always do it.
Okay, that's not.
I'm guessing it's recursion. Yes. Yeah. It's recursion. Yes. I feel like he did a better job at recursion.
And it's
in his own right.
Yeah.
With his own science, with his own
Separate?
Very separate.
They're separate.
But the similarity of going through different timelines repeatedly, I felt like was done better on.
Did it more simply.
Yeah.
It's just more edible for the reader.
And to be clear, if you watch our episode on recursion, we loved recursion.
Love
So that's not shade towards Blake
Crouch. Yes. Not that he cares because he doesn't.
No, he's got season 2 of Dark Matter coming out.
Yeah.
Which is, I love that book too.
Yep.
Anyway.
A book that we think TikTok deserves to be pushed by TikTok.
Oh, we kind of already said Jake's was, and then I mean that is how we. Oh no, I found Disillusion through Tim. I can't remember how Tim found Disillusion. Might have been Goodreads. But both those I would say. Trying to think of if anyone else. Literally anyone that we've had on as a guest. Tom Krantz, any of your books, 100%. I would love for you because you, sir, are great man. Yeah. Oh yeah, Casey all day.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So we kind of already touched on that. We don't have to go too deep.
No, we're good. How do we feel about that? Good, guys. Me too.
I liked it. Felt good, and I feel like that can be refined even better, like a bit more, because there's every week there's so much news.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's true. So it's true. But yeah, we'll do this more often. Maybe we'll make these into. Well, we'll definitely make them to clips, but this might be just what we do in clips. But yeah, if there's if you guys have any comments, any feels on these comments that we've or these topics that we've touched on, go and hit us up. And let us know what you like about the Marge's Bulletin. Name's still in the process, still working.
I like the bulletin.
You like it?
The bulletin.
The bulletin. Yeah, let's take out the margin bulletin. They are it's the margins.
The margin. Sorry.
Yeah.
Say the bullets.
You want to keep talking? My chair keeps going. That's like a last year in a row. Is it Trillville?
Oh,
what's up?
Oh, he knows ball. He knows ball. All right.
Of course I do.
So yeah, we'll skip over the AI news because we all know people hate AI. No problem.
I don't know. We're talking about practice.
Talking about practice.
We're talking about practice.
Practice. All right.
Author spotlight.
Author spotlight. Let's get into the author.
All right, Madeline Cash.
Also, I want to say before we get into this, I really enjoyed the cover.
Oh yeah, great cover. Threw me. I didn't know what to expect.
Yes.
As we do in book club, we never really explain what the book is about. I don't like going into like the synopsis or anything before I read it. I think y'all hear about it when we explain it to you on here, but yeah, sorry too late. You've gone in too deep.
Exactly.
Yeah, great cover. Madeline Cash is a journalist and a fiction writer. Lost Lambs is actually her debut novel.
Ooh. That's really good for a debut novel.
Frequently associated with internet era literature. Themes include loneliness, family fracture, identity, and performance.
Mm-hmm.
And as we talked about, I felt it all the way through. Was Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
Just the specificity of these characters and their choices. I could just see it being in film as like mostly like, oh, you explain Harper, and then you just cut to a compilation of her, stabbing a tire or feeding, like spreading a rumor about so and so, and yeah,
it's definitely quirky. It's eccentric. It's all of that, and
salacious.
It's salacious.
Christiana's favorite.
Yes, love that words.
Yeah, half his age. Was that the one that you looked last season? Yeah. So a little bit of a micro synopsis.
Okay.
The Flynn family is unraveling quietly. I wouldn't say quietly. I'm pretty sure it's loudly, pretty loud that everyone knows.
The whole town knows.
Yeah, their dirty laundry is aired all throughout. I'm talking from the church to the school.
And people love bad news.
They do.
Right?
So. They do. They do love bad news. The parents are Bud and Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
They're drifting through, separate life crises. And their daughters, Abigail, Louise, and Harper, are in search of belonging in wildly different ways.
Mm-hmm. And in that order: Abigail's oldest, Louise middle, Harper youngest.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna shout out someone, David from David Flores, one of the best tattoo artists, traditional. I mean, anything really you throw his way. Him and Max are crazy great. Old Rose Tattoo, Myriad or Temecula. Check them out. But David, during our book club, brought up the fact that Luis, so Harper reminded him of Luis from Bob's Burgers. Just being mischievous and like loud. I was like, oh, it's funny because the name Luis is one of the characters, but actually Harper, spot on. Think if she's in it. I wish I'd done like a fan casting using actors or or more so characters that we've seen in movies.
I could honestly just do Shameless and match everyone.
Absolutely.
And match everyone.
That's solid. That's solid. That's actually, that's very solid. When you said that today, I was like, that's a perfect comparison.
Yeah, it's
Because my first thought was Dan in Real Life, one of my favorite movies. If you guys haven't seen it, I think it's slept on. But the fact that it's a father with 3 daughters, very different, each one of them. But this one is just like in this book, it's amplified. Each of them, like I said, very specific characteristics
for sure.
For better or for worse.
Yep. So beauty pageants, conspiracy theories, religion. We already said loneliness. This all happens in the internet age. Basically, the family is slowly losing its center, right? So you get to follow that throughout the book, and as we said earlier, very obvious. And you kind of do it in different ways because everyone has their own quirkiness. The dad's going through his own thing. One thing that I brought up earlier, which we may or may not get into later, is that the goal is love.
Yeah.
Right? For us, every day, like living our lives, but then also in this book, it encapsulates that, like all the way down to its core. So every character that you read is looking for love in their own way.
They're all without.
And acceptance.
Yeah.
Right? Love and acceptance in their own way. And you get to basically go on that journey with them and how they deal with it. Get people like Harper. They are outward, very outward, with what's going on. Her dad, Bud, the opposite, very inward, right? But then he has to be actionable because he has young daughters, whatever. But really interesting read because I think every character is so dynamic. So
yeah, absolutely. I think that was something when you said that today. I was like, I nodded like, yeah, I knew that. Definitely didn't right off the bat. That was not something that I immediately thought of. But yeah, they are all searching for heart. You will find it in this book.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yes, eventually.
Yeah, eventually. I had already read it. I told Cristiano, you just keep going. You'll find the connection. Whether it.
Yeah, I think I said like you'll find like warmth or something. Like, there's something warm. Like, I was like, because right now.
Yeah. Just don't eat too much of that mac and cheese because it's just big fat.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. But with that said, guys, we will go and do our deep dive, as always, into the book. Before we do so, we love taking the themes of the book and applying them into 5 questions. 5 hard questions.
Yeah.
And that this is our, as I've said many times, probably do a compilation, our bread and butter. This is what makes our, this is our glue. Yeah. Let's splice it together. But yeah, let's go ahead and start it off. Season 2, first set of 5 hard questions.
Let's go.
Alrighty. This book is full of people trying to belong somewhere. That never fully makes room for them. Looking back in your life, where have you spent the most energy trying to fit in, into something that was never really built for you?
Lots of places.
Lots.
Yeah, just, be an adolescent.
Yeah.
And growing up in any city. I guess right off the bat, it's for most of my energy. I was on a mission to be popular in middle school. I just wanted to be well loved. Whoa. And I did end up being well known and I guess popular in some ways, but not in the best of ways. I think
Fisticuffs.
I was more Harper with it, right? Like people knew me, but that's because I was just always getting into shit. And I do think that's because, trying to find your own way to fit in. Although that just might not be your role, sir. You might be go join the science club.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because you'll love it. They'll love you. You'll fit like a glove, whatever. So that's one, but I can rattle those off.
Yeah.
I mean, What about you?
First thing that came to mind, the reason I started chuckling was I I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm a Polynesian man. You know?
Yeah.
I'm half of the Caucasian. I do have that in me. Yeah, a little watered down. Happy for it. But my legs, my quads are very much
Absolutely
Polynesian.
Polynesian.
Definitely Polynesian. So when skinny jeans came around, bro, I had been on skinny jeans
Yeah.
my whole life. You got to find me in a boot cut every time. Relax fit is what I always went for. But what came to mind specifically was I remember our era
Yeah.
is
Yes.
I could tell you exactly what a Hollister smelled like because that is what was in growing up in Southern California and the jersey that I was in.
Aeropostale,
Aeropostale,
American Eagle,
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like girls who wear Abercrombie and Fitch. Yeah. LFO, RIP. But your boy wasn't built for that. And they're already so deceiving. And we're like, oh, this is a large. Bitch, that was a small, and we both know it.
What's crazy is what preceded that era was the baggiest of clothes. It went from like extremely baggy to extremely fitted,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. I was in the wrong era because that just crushed me. Not only did they go like super thin with that, but then along with that was the thin shoe. I'm not talking like the Cortezes, which
No,
I was around Cortezes.
the Creative Recreations.
Creative Rex. The Pumas were like a big thing.
Yep.
The was it Sambas? The Adidas Samba?
Yep. The Adidas Sambas.
Yeah. Fuck. But I remember getting trying to get the Pumas and being like, you have this idea of what you're supposed to be because everyone around you, it looks a specific way or is built a certain way. A lot of my friends I was made friends with everyone, but I had friends that were also swimmers or were water polo teams, sports, whatever it may be. I was like, oh, you fit in that. I do not. That is not for me. Not for lack of trying.
Right.
Not for lack of trying. Because I got pictures to prove it. Not for me. So that's what crossed my mind.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I forgot about the clothing shit. It can get real there.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Lost Lands quietly argues that people rarely fall apart all at once.
Yeah.
Usually it happens through small distractions and tiny compromises over time. What's something in your life you didn't realize you were losing until it was already far away? Great question.
Mm-hmm. Youth. We're still here, obviously. I know anyone who's older than us or even the same age or maybe even those that are knowledgeable enough that's younger, they'll be able to say, you're not that old. You're in your mid-30s.
Right.
Cool. But there is such a hurry up and grow up.
Yeah, for sure.
That I look back and I'm like, dude, just savor it. Just savor it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to talk. I'm not saying regret because it got us here.
Yeah.
I want to be here making this, widely known podcast or with my, have my beautiful family. So I regret nothing.
Yes.
Except. No, I just wish.
You wanted to appreciate the moment.
Yeah, I wanted to be more present and I wish I wouldn't have looked forward as much as, down and around.
Yes. That's great. That's a great answer, by the way. Damn, that's an awesome answer. I think I'm still dealing with that though. Like,
oh yeah, we're still in that.
Very much.
We're definitely still in that.
You know what I mean? Like,
I say that now, and now in 5 years, I'm like, bitch, you should have still been doing that. You weren't there.
You gotta be more present. It's like a daily thing of like practicing being more present, right? More present for yourself, more present for your family, and all the things that comes with. So yeah, it's a battle, but that's a great answer. Great answer. I'll piggyback and say it's good. I'll second that.
All right, number 3. Harper notices things everyone else misses because she's actually paying attention while the people around her are distracted. Been there.
She's brilliant.
Done that. We all need a Harper in our life. Do you think it's harder being the person who notices the problem or the person trying to convince everyone else it's real?
They both suck.
They do.
They both suck.
They do.
To be fair, if you notice the problem, you notice it. You can't bank on other people noticing it. You know what I mean? So then you usually become the person that shines light on that issue.
Yeah.
And
Or become introverted because you're just like, it's maddening and no one's gonna listen.
yeah, or no one is listening,
No one
right?
is
If it's
listening.
not, people tend to see what they want to in every sense of the word.
Mhm.
Like they're, which I'm not mad at. Like people, how life affects you is a very first person kind of thing, right? So all have our own lens, right? So have friends who are wildly, what's the word, that's not rich. They're like well off,
Mhm.
and but speaking to them and getting to know them, it's like, oh, I know they have their own issues that are just as deep as, or as they view them as just as deep as someone who's grew up poor, right? So everyone lives life quite differently.
Absolutely.
So just gotta make room for that.
I keep hearing that, like, you're even if you're wealthy, it doesn't change the fact if you're unhappy, you're unhappy.
Mm.
I know. But you and I have shared the same sentiment. But, it might relieve some of the unhappiness.
I'm thinking there's some.
I had a good conversation at that mixer that I was telling you about of, I won't name names, but
Yeah.
someone that works for someone who's very, very, very well off.
Okay.
If I say the name, everyone would know on the podcast. Like everyone's just listening.
Yeah.
And they still said wildly unhappy, wildly insecure, and like everything that is like the person always questions their value.
So I always wondered, obviously it's not something that we can answer now and here and understand fully, but like, is that a human flaw or is that a flaw in understanding what their true goal is?
Yeah.
Right? Like, was your goal ever to be happy or was your goal to obtain this level of, I don't know, um, influence or whatever that, because everyone chases different things internally, right?
Mhm.
Like, I might think that what I want is to be popular, but really I just want someone to notice me
Yeah.
or
Or listen.
to listen, or like there's like a deeper level of what you want. So I've always wondered, like, are people just inherently destined to be unhappy? But I'm like, no, because there's places in the world where they live completely different lives, and by our standards, they might be poor,
Mhm.
but they just have more general happiness day to day than people who live in America in the rat race. So I don't think that it's inherent per se. Obviously, who the fuck am I? Whatever. But super interesting thought.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say that the person that not the person who was they were saying is that way, but the one that works with said person
Yeah.
said that, yeah, the money doesn't change if anything, it amplifies any type of insecurities you had before.
It's insane.
It's which is
You
yeah.
have access to so much,
Yeah.
right?
Go to therapy.
Go to fucking therapy.
You got money?
You can
Go to
get
therapy.
the best of therapy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, whatever. What do we know?
And nothing about that. Not about wing voila. Tell you that. Okay. What number are we on?
4, I think.
4.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you.
Almost every character
Yep.
in this book is trying to reinvent themselves in some way. If you could completely reset one part of your life without anyone remembering the old version of you, what would you change? Would you change anything?
Hmm. If the rules were it wouldn't affect anything, like we're not doing anything of like, oh, I would, I'd buy Bitcoin or
Right.
would have bought Apple stock. But it's just forgetting an era where like maybe time you feel was wasted.
Yeah.
I could find pockets, but nothing substantial where I'm going to be like knocking out full years or like, I wouldn't even say like months. Well, maybe months. There was a couple months there where
Let's see what they
I watched How I Met Your Mother like every evening
Oh, I remember those.
till I was like, actually like one more episode, and that went right into from when when I finished the series.
Yeah.
I remember it finishing, and then the Vampire Diaries popped up on like things you might like. I was like, it's never gonna be Twilight, and I watched it, and then I was hooked, and I was into the Vampire Diary world for a while.
Get you.
But yeah, that no, I can't think of anything. No, what about you?
Um, in some way, shape, form, if you would completely reset one part of your life that anyone remembering the old version of you, what would you change? I don't know. It's not like a period of time because I just don't have that kind of a memory to think about that. There's at one point in time in my life, enough um, hay was put onto the camel's back to where I became a little more cynical and less, okay, let's just fucking do it and not think about anything. So I would probably get that, whatever that is,
Out.
that,
I love that. I like that.
yeah,
Because then it doesn't matter if anyone else remembers that, but you don't have to remember it
yeah.
or be part of that.
Yeah, or I just, I don't mind remembering being more cynical because then it just gives me more appreciation of just
Oh, and you're saying more
right.
so the other people's view of you during that time.
Yes.
You want it to be like,
Yeah, because I think that I've always thought that that's more important. I think that it's what's more real to the world is how other people view and feel about you than you yourself feel about how than you feel yourself about yourself because like how you feel about yourself, it can help form, really important mental structures for sure, but how people view you, and it's just because you encounter so many people day to day and over the
yeah,
course of your life, it's it's almost like subconscious subconsciously chipping away at you. I remember I was teaching this class and we had this huge thing over like being collectivistic versus individualistic. And at the end of like the second or third week, we had this discussion that I wanted to drive home for everyone to let them know, like, no matter how individualistic you are, the core of that is based in some collectivistic point of view. And so we had to kind of go through that mind map and stuff. But I truly do believe that there's there's something there.
yeah. No, I agree. I think that there has to be a happy medium
Yeah.
of the two because you have to have a healthy image of yourself,
Hmm.
but also be. I'm not saying hyper aware, but aware. Both of us, one of our biggest pet peeves is people's
Fucking oblivious.
yeah, when they're oblivious, whether it's actual spatial awareness or just social awareness, basically being aware of your being and
How are
all
you
levels.
affecting people around you,
Yeah.
bro? Like you're sharing this world
Mhm.
with everyone else.
Exactly.
You'd be surprised. Gosh, you guys would be fucking surprised how people just live like you guys like everyone else around those
And
NPCs.
it's not even sometimes it's entitlement, other times it's oblivious, like being oblivious,
Yeah.
and one's not better than the other. In both cases, you should know better,
Yes.
you know?
Well, I know we're not covering his book today, but that's one of the reasons that's one of the core reasons why I will always put Matt Dinnerman as a writer up there was the importance he brought to NPCs, right?
Yeah.
And like their role and just how that if like there's a clear line in that in real life where like people just kind of live their life and people are just fodder,
Yeah.
you know? But yeah, anyways,
True.
wrong book.
True. No, I love it. All right, let's do question number 5. Let's close this out. This book keeps circling the idea that families stay together long after they stop fully understanding each other. What do you think actually keeps people connected over decades? Love, obligation, habit, history, or something else entirely? I think we talked about this a little bit in season 1. But it is something that, during that time in my mind, I was covering well. And what it what I feel like is that it's liken it to a plant, to grass, which is also, guys, guess what? I don't know, a plant, but it's definitely in that world. But something you need to nurture. It's not a one-time fix.
Yeah.
So, um, that's something that I've talked at length with my siblings, with my parents. I mean, my mom and I have talked about that, about, you know, getting to know your siblings again. Just like you need to get to know your longtime friends, where if you aren't creating new memories, if you aren't checking in and finding out what's new, you're gonna then be stagnant and then have to be like every time you see each other, hey, remember that the hot sauce, the hot sauce we eat brass times, and then next time you see him, the hot sauce, and then it gets old, and you're like, well, I know what that hang is gonna feel like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
and that just is that monotony is not it. It's not it. So yeah, I don't know. Sorry about that tangent, but that was something that, like, for the longest time, I feel like no matter how good of a friend that is, you do the check-in. You do the let's update whatever we're talking about. What are your thoughts on this and that and the other? You know, what about you?
I think it's a mixture that honestly keeps people over decades. You have friends where you need love to be a connection. You have friends where you need information to be the connection. Friends where you need history. Um, New friends where you need habit,
Mhm.
right? So I think that um, we're like puzzle pieces, and the glue has to be different every single time.
True.
Um, you'll have groups of people where it's like there's just similar glue, you know what I mean? But for the most part, it's usually a different glue for each person. And it's up to you to be like cognizant of that, which is just kind of piggyback off what you said,
No, but I
right?
help. Yeah, that's absolutely the different glue for each piece. Also, if you're using glue in puzzles, you're psychotic. But I get what you mean by that.
So,
Um, but yeah, I think it's you know, get in where you fit in with
mhm,
everyone. But what I try to stay away from is like, oh, that's the friend I don't need to check on. But in that same vein that you were just talking about, there are those that need less upkeep.
right.
You should still do the check-ins
Still,
because anything can happen on to someone.
yep,
But then you also have on the other side of the spectrum people that are very high maintenance, and the value of that friendship is worth it. I think us getting older, it's like, is it worth it to continue nurturing, filling that cup with what I have? Do I have the capacity to do so?
right,
You know?
right.
So I think that's the give and take. As you get older, it's not so much that you fall apart because of just distance or whatever it may be. It's just, I don't know if I can give that, you
Mhm.
know?
And just to kind of piggyback on like the themes of the book, family is very similar. Like I know we're using friends as a reference. Like to be honest, family is even deeper because it's different at different times. It's different glue. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, um, my daughter is gonna go through, and at some point in her life, well, she's gonna hate everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just a natural, normal thing because she's trying to eke out her own independence and discipline and also and trying to, form who she wants. She doesn't want the outside noise, right? And that happens to all of us. And so how I deal with her then, it's gonna be wildly different than how I deal with her now. You can't just be the same kind of dad all the time,
No.
right? You can't be the fun dad all the time.
You can't be the same dad to each kid.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So for family, it's even more nuanced, I think.
I had a sibling, my sister Cheyenne, the one that I say loves those smutty books. On our last visit to Arizona, we stayed with her, and we were just talking about family memories and stuff. And she really drove home. She's like, "You grew up in a different house than me," which I was like, "Yeah, I know. I hear that." But we that's why there's so many times where we talk about like, "Oh, well, growing up, dad was like this, or mom was like this, or you guys got away with this." And they're like, "Yeah, but when we were this age, you weren't around, so like the dynamic was different." And
Mhm.
I during my time there was 7 kids in the house. By the time they were there, it was 3 kids.
Right.
So they were doing like not always, but they were going like Cheesecake Factory on certain days. I'm like, "Huh, we got a bag.
Where the
We got
fuck was
we
that?
got hey, here's a bag of Jumbo Jacks, here's a bag of tacos, and here's a bag of chicken sandwiches. Get what you can."
Yeah,
You know?
that's hilarious.
Yeah. We were the bulk you buy the bulk of like, yeah, here's burritos in a baking sheet. We made like 20 of them. Get it where you can get it, you know?
Yeah, go crazy.
Which I'm happy that's not me complaining, but it's just different. As she said, we grew up in different homes,
Yep.
even though it was the same house.
That's hilarious stuff.
Nuts.
All right, guys. So that's 5 hard questions.
5 hard questions.
Yeah,
I liked them.
I like them. Those are good questions. Solid. We could do kind of brief
Yeah,
right
a
over.
brief one. I think one of the things so we kinda given you guys a bit of what happens in the book.
Right.
Um, I don't wanna spoil too much of
I
that.
mean, so you have a family.
Mhm.
The family, honestly, the town's life kind of revolves around the community, and this community is, made up of religion, work life, school life,
Yeah.
right? Everyone kind of knows each other. Everyone knows each other's business, and then you have the main family, the core family, but
Mhm. The Flynns.
the Flynns, right? Kate, Abigail, Harper, Louise, and they're all going through different things, right? So, all three of them in school. I believe Abigail's about to graduate. She's like 17.
Yeah.
Luis is like 15, and Harper is 12.
Yeah.
Right, like
Yeah.
preteen. So just giving you guys the ages and stuff because you understand kind of what's happening at that moment.
Yeah.
You guys are there. You've been that age. And then you have, I don't know if it's even a spoiler to say it, but like you have an unconventional marriage.
Yeah, basically, I mean, not an open marriage in the sense of, hey, we're both happy with each other. Let's open this up to people. It's more so, hey, we're both unhappy.
Yeah.
We both are just going to stay, the cliche, the trope of let's stay together for the kids, I guess, or maybe because we're just too lazy to do anything about it.
Yeah.
But I think you're cheating. I'm going to go out. And whether it's intentional or not, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I will say, though, he got gaslit. Well, I won't go crazy.
Yeah.
I won't go crazy.
Yeah.
I won't go crazy. He got gaslit.
Yeah, absolutely.
He got gaslit.
And while this is happening, I think the what makes it like a Wes Anderson style in my mind
Yeah.
is the reactions to like these things that would be devastating in a drama.
But there's some kind of hilarity to it.
Yeah, it's always you get the oh, so are you gonna be with her from now on? Or like, oh, like what they find out whatever is given, it's just news.
Yeah.
And it hits the back of and then it's whatever.
It's back to honestly, it goes back to their first person. Like, okay, well, I'm just gonna keep doing what I gotta do.
I do love I think sometimes in some books, if it's not done right, it annoys me.
Yeah.
But this book does a really good job of it goes through someone's timeline of whatever the chapter is.
Yeah.
And then it goes to another person's POV of the same timeline, but from their perspective. And the story moves forward slowly that way.
Right.
But it doesn't drag. At least for me, I didn't feel like it dragged, never drug at all.
The pacing it has that Wes Anderson pacing. So no.
Yeah. So it was nice to find out what was behind, door 2 during Harper's story, and then when you go to Abigail's, why they heard X, Y, and Z.
It was kind of deep too, because like there's like background characters that without giving away too much, that were not observing the things, and then therefore affected the story. So
without, I mean, I think. Will we have a spoiler section? Should we do spoilers?
We can do a quick let's do it.
So before we do the spoilers, what I want to tell you guys is, this book. By the end of it, I guessed none of it. There was things that I thought it was gonna be, and then it wasn't.
I guessed
a lot of it.
Winkle.
Oh yeah.
Like instantly.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about the end of the what
I didn't know where it was fucking going.
Exactly. That's and I'll say selling point for me is the fact that I started this book, thought I knew what it was going for, and then nope.
Eventually just along for the ride.
You know what kind of reminded me in that sense, but it went much further, was I loved in Road to Tender Hearts that the book starts off with the the poisoning, followed by, sorry, spoilers on a different book.
Yeah.
The poisoning, this is very at the beginning, so you're fine. The poisoning where he then falls over and then gets ran over, and you're like, whoa, that's a lot. But again, just kind of the next thing, you move on to the next thing.
Yep, you just keep going.
Yeah. So
because there's a new tragedy.
Yeah, which was another one that we were like, oh, this is kind of Wes Anderson. Like I love this vibe of book. Yeah. Is it for everyone?
Honestly, actually, yes. But I'm not gonna say everyone's gonna love it.
Like it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that anyone can read it and find things that they love in it.
Or that
they don't like so much.
Yeah.
But it has so much we already said quirkiness, but it has so much like nuanced feel to it. Because I think what makes it so unique is that there's different gradients of character that you get, right? From everyone.
Yeah.
Like everyone has their highs and lows of character. And you basically live that in a 12-year-old girl, a 15-year-old girl, a 17-year-old girl, a middle-aged man, a middle-aged woman, like a priest,
the priest,
right?
The ex militant group,
Yep.
or two military
ex-military vet.
Yeah.
So you get to like experience that in so many different POVs, but it's all one storyline,
Yeah.
right? And so you know that like, okay, this has to be going in one way. Where are we going? You know? So I do think it's anyone can read it. I'm not gonna say everyone's gonna love it, but I do think that for the majority of you guys would like it.
All right, spoilers. Let's do a really quick spoiler round.
Okay.
So our listeners either span out and we'll tell you the time mark of where we end,
Mhm.
but just really quickly.
Yeah.
Spoilers. The basement of the neighbor.
The fucking ceramic vagina.
The ceramic vaginas. Did not see it coming. Thought Catherine, I thought old girl was getting chopped up right there.
So I knew it was like one of those too good to be true. What do you
Love fantasy type.
be careful what you wish for?
Oh yeah.
Right? I thought it was gonna be like a double whammy. Like she's gonna lose her husband and he's gonna find someone, and then she's gonna meet someone that was insane, right? Um, this ceramic vagina thing was insane.
The most random thing.
Yes.
For listeners, Catherine, the wife, falls for the neighbor. The neighbor is like, "Oh, I was an artist too. Catherine's all about like, I want to be an artist again. I want someone to believe in me." She's trying to find her love in both her passion, her career, and being seen as an artist because she feels like she gave up her life
Her family.
as an artist for her family.
Yeah.
So right when, she'd planned on finally, doing the deed with the neighbor on this trip, he was like, "Oh, by the way, before we go, let me show you my basement." So I'm thinking, one, you're going to get killed. But then out of nowhere, one of those things that I was like, "Oh, did not see that coming." He's like, "Here's a wall full of," would you remember the number? Was it like 92 or something?
I don't
It
remember.
was some crazy number, but it was all the women he had ever slept with. He made a ceramic mold. Was it a mold or just he just made something off of?
It's like a mold, I think. Like it's like
I can't remember if he'd like.
I think it was like the actual
Okay.
shape.
Yeah.
I don't think he like molded what I'm saying. No.
Can you do a visual again? What were you doing right there?
Hey.
Anyway, they were all along the wall.
Yeah.
And she's like, "And I'm out." Then a couple curveballs, billionaires trying to get blood transfusions from young women in order to get immortality.
Yeah, they're running. He's running a trafficking ring that Harper found out randomly because she's just into shit, and the dad finds out too because of Harper, and he pays them off. Obviously, the dad doesn't know about the fucking trafficking ring. He just knows that shipping containers are coming up missing. That whole thing was also very strange.
I liked that. I liked how it was just like it all came together.
Yeah.
It was definitely like a hairy situation, curveballs left and right, out of pocket, like.
But by this time, you're deep in. It's like chapter 22, 23.
Yeah. You thought you were going into just like, a domestic literary fiction, and then you get this craziness.
Earrings.
And again, no one bats an eye.
No.
Like throughout the whole, it's like, "Oh, that's crazy that happened."
Actually, Dad,
Let's go to Denny's.
it wasn't this. It was they're just stealing people for blood.
Yeah.
And
Oh. Yeah. No island. We're good.
no island.
Yeah. And that's all.
And we pay them. We always try to pay them off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insane.
But
you're never bored.
no, you're not.
It's a fun read.
We know we don't rate books here, but in book club we do, and we all rated it very highly. Truziano, you did say you were surprised.
I'm surprised that you guys all unilaterally rated it high.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that you liked it at all.
Because of the religious factor.
Yes.
As you know, season 2 people have a little bit of a hesitancy with organized religion myself because I was part of one for so long. I love this one because it kind of didn't put any one religion into the spotlight in a good way.
Right.
But also didn't like come down on any of them really hard in another way. So
it was like a character. It helped drive the character.
all flawed.
Motives.
Everyone was.
Everyone. The whole
No
book is
innocent.
flawed. There's literally no innocent people in this book.
Yeah.
Maybe what's her name? She's named after a city. The family that names all their kids in the cities.
I was thinking Winkle's kiddo was probably the only.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Harry.
Perry. Yeah. Periwinkle. Yeah. That's right. But yeah. So that's the end of the spoiler zone, guys. Let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up.
Season
2, Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Lost Lambs.
Madeline Cash.
What a read.
We do not have. No, we have not finalized. I'm not going to tell you which book we're doing next week. We do have 3 in the chamber, in a beautiful, nice chamber, not anything that's harmful to anyone. To put us on the list. But we are looking forward to continuously laying out more and more episodes as we go.
Yep.
Get
more interactive.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think of the new setup. We're going to be testing. I like what we did today. We are planning on doing a 3rd camera.
Yep.
And different mics, all the things. But we wanted season 2 to have a different look, a different feel, and not have to be always, staring into the camera.
So yeah, let us know what you guys think. We will maybe make adjustments. We'll see. Yeah.
As always, like, subscribe, leave a review, please. We'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then give us feedback as far as what you guys thought about the book. If you guys have read it, if we sold it to you, the idea of getting into it. And then most of all, we are making a schedule this season.
Oh yeah.
Let us know what books that you want us to cover that are already out, and more specifically, which ones are dropping this year that are highly anticipated on your list.
Please do.
I don't need Goodreads telling me. I want to know what you guys are reading. We could do another domestic thriller.
They love that.
My Husband's Wife.
Yeah.
A little Alice Feeney. We can do a little bit more smut.
So I'm about to say smut.
Smut.
There's a lot of that out there right now.
We're gonna do fantasy again.
Fantasy. I would like to find more King of Ashes, Ready to Play Tears.
Yeah, I know someone we might be talking to in possibly next month.
Episode.
I'm thinking July. We get that going.
We should.
It would be, a most violent masterpiece if we could get that.
Absolutely.
Like it. All right, guys. With that said, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you guys for checking in for another episode of the Margins Podcast. We will see you guys next week.